Dude, he has the weirdest side. I had never even heard this side of the argument from people before. But like, colonizing Africa was like essentially a good thing. Like, yeah, there's bad things that happened. But
Yeah,
he's like,
I've heard that argument.
I mean, he's like, dude, these people had no running water and things like that. And it's like, oh, they had no running water, but they were living just fine. Oh, they were fighting wars and killing each other.
Or that they were cannibals.
Don't we do that now? Don't people all over the U.S. kill each other? And he has this thing like he thinks they wanted us to go there.
That is a very like old school Christian mentality.
Super old. I was like, dude, are you fucking nuts? I'm like,
insane.
they labeled it. Belgium, the Netherlands, France, Spain, and Britain were big ones too. They literally took this as open land because it had not been claimed, just like the U.S. The Native Americans lived here, Mexicans lived here, but they hadn't claimed the land. They traveled around and they lived off of it and they respected it. And it's like, oh, okay, so we came here. We told them they needed to become Catholic. We told them they needed to become Christian. We told darker-skinned people that lighter-skinned people were their enemies. We forced them, or not forced them, but paid them very minuscule amounts of money to do things like build railroads and work in mines where people died all the time and didn't have enough money to fucking cure them. So we didn't ship medicine out there, that's for damn sure, you know? So we built all these railroads, and then when they left and gave these things back to these people, something that really destroyed Africa is that when these countries would take over these territories and leave, they now fought over the railroads. And it caused separation. Oh, so we're all, let's say, fucking Sudan. We'll just throw a random fucking one out there. I don't know the details of actual Sudan. Point is, let's say they left. And they had a railroad, major railroad that went right through the middle of it. Now the people on the east and the people on the west, that was opposite, they fight each other for control of the railroad. And it's like, how the fuck do you live in such a small bubble that you don't realize that was a bad thing? You went to a place where people lived and you were like, well, this is unclaimed territory, so it is ours now.
Yeah, well, you guys are familiar with Matt Walsh, right? The guy who did the Now Woman.
Love Matt Walsh.
That was, well, this was one area that he got, like, a lot of people criticize him for, is he is pro-colonization. Like, he makes the argument that, like, Christians gave a moral compass to those countries that they didn't have. Like, they brought, like, see if you can find that clip. Matt Walsh, Colonization. This shit's crazy.
I wouldn't disagree that there wasn't any benefit to African people. I'm not going to sit here and say there was zero benefit. Just like when it comes to Afghanistan and Iraq. Okay? You're like, you can't tell me that there was zero. But we did more bad than good.
Just hit that short. We're not going to watch. We're not going to watch the full 10 minutes. Shit, my bad. It's muted.
Yeah.
You want to restart and... Awesome, thank you so much.
Right after I gave you compliments.
European colonialism has been one of the greatest forces for good that the world has ever seen. Billions of people today are living better lives than they would have lived had Europeans not colonized the globe. The colonizers spread civilization, they spread the gospel, they spread innovation, they spread important ideas, such as the idea that you shouldn't murder your children to appease the sun god, that you shouldn't eat your enemies to absorb their life. Did the colonizers also spread dairy products?
Crazy.
I don't know, but I'm happy to add that to the list of triumphs.
If you watch like the
I
Vikings,
didn't even hear it mostly because
if you watch the Vikings series though, and you find out how much random coincidence is based off of a fucking rich fucking king or queen, what they wanted to happen, or like they cheated, or like somebody died because of just like they wanted to happen and they did it for God. It's just like, yo,
dude, the bit about him, like them not killing their kids in the Bible, one of the first stories is Abraham. God tells him you have to kill your kid. Oh, I guess at the very end he told him, hey, no, you're not supposed to do that. But like, are you fucking kidding me? But, Christianity is retarded, dude. These guys,
which is true. Now, like I said, let me start with this. We did more bad than good. But can you disagree with the fact that there was some good that probably came out of this?
even if that's true, it doesn't matter because it's like the same
Because
argument
it's
with
mostly
government.
bad.
Well, sure, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's predicated on the same idea of like why government's bad is because it's taken by force.
Exactly.
So if it's taken by force, if any good comes out of that, like, who cares?
Sometimes not even taken by force, taken by tricks.
Yeah,
Taken
coercion.
by tricks.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like, oh, okay, we came on here. Hey, we control this now, right? And now it's like, holy fuck, we don't have to walk a mile from our village through this dangerous African territory to get ourselves fresh water, right? Because they brought the water to us or they brought the food to us, right? So now it's like, it's what's the fucking thing when you like when somebody older knows like a young person grooming. It's like grooming.
yeah,
It's just that. You groom them to be in your hands, to be in your power, right? And now it's like, hey, these guys are trying to come after us. So you send them to die, and now they're so weak they have no choice but to let you just take over.
Yeah. Well, and think about this too. Like back in that time, like the considered age of adulthood was way younger than 18. It was like 12, 13, 14. So like it's very possible that like
She
a
didn't
bunch
live
of
long enough.
yeah, but like a bunch of like young people.
Because you didn't live long enough.
Like you're an adult, like you're
Yeah,
taking
dude.
half your
It's-
life, bro.
Hey, it's still that way in Mexican culture, dude. You're
Yep.
a man and you hit 15, your mom ain't gonna tell you shit on what to do.
Yeah,
She
but
ain't gonna
those.
tell you nothing.
But my point is like those people are probably more culpable to be, or not culpable, but like more easily tricked because they're not like the mature age like we are, or like, you know, not that we're necessarily mature, but we're probably more mature than like a 12-year-old.
I mean, I think we're very mature in a lot of ways, dude.
Sure, yeah.